I'm Ray, and welcome to TinyTableGames. Thanks for clicking on this video. Join me as I continue my journey playing through all the games on my game shelf that I haven't got to yet, and painting up all the miniatures that are all piled up in there as well. I appreciate you having along. It makes it a lot of fun. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And keep on carrying on with me as I get through all these campaigns and other games and we see how things play out. And today, speaking of playing out, is episode 2 of 7th Continent. Episode 1 wasn't too long ago, and they managed to get bit by a snake, get their foot caught in a trap, and finally made camp and found an egg that turned into a chromatic egg that still won't hatch. So, yeah, apparently until almost the end of the game, I guess, or at least till way fewer cards are left in the deck. In any case, welcome back, and let's get to it and see how long these people can survive. So here's the situation. As you may recall, we have the satchel that has our curse in it, the icy maze, a pocket watch, which has actually been pretty handy so far, animal empathy, which is the trigger for cracking the egg. Either we need a 0 draw 4 stars, which means it's got to be played out of your hand, or wait until the action deck has less than 7 cards. Yikes. And 3 experience points waiting to get spent. The group is currently right here. They've been visiting that camp. Everybody kind of got rested up as they could, although at the moment Victor is still poisoned, and he has a basket, so good for him, and a welding helmet. And the basket lets him hold 3 more things, unless we ended up combining it with something else or something. We got Mary, who's just fine. She still has her ripe fruit, which lets her take 5 cards back. And then we got to add 134. Don't know what that does. The Remember card, which is basically the bring anything back. And Second Chance. So she's actually super helpful at the moment. Speaking of helpful, or not helpful, Dimitri, who is now bloody but no longer injured and has nerves of steel. And finally, Keelan, who has a bow, a chromatic egg, and a goat. I don't know why the goat, but that's how it turned out. I also don't know how we're going to use the goat. But I guess you could use it in combat, or plus 20 for horns. I don't know how that's going to come into play. Okay, there's 2 uses on the left on the bow, which is why there's a little 2 there. Everything else is single use, so I didn't bother putting a die on it. So here's our troop in their little encampment, and they basically have the choice of running backwards and going into that other locations, or off to either side here. The advantage, of course, of going to the other location is, well, it's further away, but it might be something cool. And down here at the very bottom is their chance to head out of the area. But it does warn you that you probably need a boat for that. And we actually have a boat in the discard pile. Raft, there we go. Could make a raft using the I Remember and Recall the Raft ability. Make a raft and then head out to the open seas or something. But since we're right here, maybe we'll check these out. So we'll have Dimitri look to the left. And we've got a vicious bird. Oh boy. A very large and aggressive bird shrieks loudly as it swoops towards you. Each involved character, Dimitri, may discard any number of cards with aggressiveness from their hand and or inventory. For each card discarded this way, you get 1 star during the result step of the following action. I guess we'll just flip some cards. Oh, wow. That is just terrible. 2 curses and a half star. Okay, so Dimitri is not doing great. You struggle, trying to evade its wicked hooked beak. The bird eventually tires and you're able to shoot away. Each character involved takes a 101 card. So the 101 card is, you are tired. So he's bloody and tired. So let's put out card 86, which is what it's asking for now. Okay, card 86. Muddy puddles and muck-covered ground are making each step laborious and tiring. As if that were not enough, mosquitoes and other swamp insects constantly assail you, happy to find a fresh source of blood. So it's more swamp, but at least there's more going on than down in that swamp. The only action you can do is keep on walking. And I don't see any hidden anything on there. So that's done. Good job, Dimitri. I guess we'll have Mary, I guess, and Dimitri try this one. So 2 together. So Mary, get over here. And Dimitri. And look this direction. Icy patches. The ground has become frozen in places overnight. A few of the ice patches... Wow, swamp and icy, huh? Flip 1 card, hope for 2 successes. If you manage to stay on your feet, discard this. Okie doke. So 1 card, 2 successes. Here we go. Nope. They have to know the odds on doing that are pretty bad. -3, and each character takes a 104 card. What's the -3 pips mean? Oh, across the items they have on them. Okay. Well, she only has 1 pip, which is the right fruit, so that's gone. That's too bad, too. And he had no pips, so... And takes a 104 card. And a 104 card is injured. They both slipped and hurt themselves badly, apparently, on the ice. And here is card 66. A conical earthen hillock rises above the snow. That does not sound promising. And there it is. So we got 2 directions out from there, and the hill, and what is this? I believe that's a hidden number, 57. Well, I think first, since we spotted this and double checking the rules, basically it says if you find a hidden number, discard the card you found it on and replace it with the hidden number card. So 057. So here's 057. An odd mound looms eerily above you. Yeah, we know that. As you approach, you notice that some openings are wide enough that you can slip your arm into. So now we have that action of sticking your arm in there. I don't know that that's a great idea. Have you ever seen Flash Gordon? Sticking your arm in random hills can be bad. Dimitri should probably do it. So, do we want to risk the tired thing? I think maybe we will use her remember before anything else. And we will remember the raft. Now we just have to make it, which won't be that hard if we... actually, it's not even that hard right here. That's a -2 to making it. Well, you have to flip 5 cards. Well, 3 cards with that. So we got to flip 3 cards. Don't need any successes at all, and then we'll have the raft with 4 uses on it. So 1, 2, 3. 3 cards gone. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. And now we will move everybody for the price of 1 more card over here. And the additional card is, not another. Oh, well. Okay, and here we are. Things have not been going awesomely so far. Dimitri seems like he's pretty close to not being with us anymore, although you don't lose the game until everybody's out. So you can lose one person, you lose their abilities also. But so far all he's done is be a damage sponge, which is useful in its own way. We will have... Shoot, somebody's got to do it. We'll have Victor check out this one. I'm not sure who we're going to have stick their hand in the hole. Take a break. Oh, that's nice. You are nearly asleep on your feet, each step coming slower and more labored. However, sleeping under the stars in the stony ground and without adequate shelter might make things worse. Mandatory. Ignoring the lack of comfort, you give in to exhaustion and fall into a deep sleep. Success, everybody gets a 000 and each involved character returns their tired state. So let's see. He needs 2 successes. Let's see. Been doing pretty bad lately. 1 star and a half star. So if he throws away his basket, which I guess he'll do. It's not like he's carrying that much at this point anyway. So he wasn't tired before and he's not tired now. And 000. Oh, and we got to trigger the stopwatch, or the stopwatch, the pocket watch, because somebody slept. So we got to get a 500 and a 000. Okay, first we got the 000. There's the 500. Rest and recuperation. Take 4 advanced skill cards from the game box and spend experience points. Cool. From the advanced skills, we'll just take the top 4. Tiptoe for 4, Tough Nut for 5, Spear for 5, or Force of Nature for 5. We have 3 experience points. We can't get any of these, so thanks. Well, that was kind of a big old thanks for nothing on that one. And for the 500 card, from using the pocket watch, each involved character returns their hungry or nauseated states. Nobody was. If no involved character is hungry or nauseated, thank you. Take 3 cards from the discard pile and stuff them back in the action deck. Banish this. Cool. Anytime we can randomly throw a couple cards back into the deck, that's a good thing. So, grab the discard pile, which is getting pretty significant. And throw 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, back into it. We don't have less than 7 yet to auto-trigger the egg, but we'll see. We're getting close. Okay, and that finishes off this. So now we can replace it with the terrain that's supposed to be there. And then maybe we'll have Dimitri stick his hand in the hole. Okay, here's one of many 136 cards. Although the snow is still deep in places, most of it is melted. And there we go. I don't see anything particularly special on this one. Just 2 more directions to go. Well, 3 more if you count the one that's already out. We don't even have the slightest idea if that curse is going well or not, or whatever else is going on. So, we're going to have Dimitri, since you need 0 stars and can flip 0 cards to do it, stick his hand in the hole. So thanks, buddy. So that's 135 right there, as you can see. All right. As you reach into the earthen mound, something inside moves near your hand. Uh-oh. A potion. Ah. You have laid hands on a small terracotta vial containing a thick indigo-colored liquid. Discard all cards with the keyword elixir you have in hand. Take a 503 card and banish this if you drink it. Well, he's so jacked up, I think we're immediately going to do that. He doesn't have any other elixir cards. All he's got is tired, injured, and bloody. So we'll take a 503 and banish this. There is only one 503 card. The liquid sends a fiery flow of energy through your body. Vigorous. Immediately after this, each character may return their freezing state. You may discard this to prevent freezing in the future. Cool. Huh, if you get tired, discard this. Well, he was already tired. How does that work? So I think we're going to assume, since it would have gotten rid of the freezing effect had anybody had it, that the appropriate thing to do with it now is discard it, because Dimitri is already tired. So, now what? Do we just go build the raft? Here's the card from the raft area way down there. Go to 84. And this was right off our starting card. So I don't know if that's a hint that we should go that direction to try and get rid of our curse, or if we're supposed to keep wandering around the land. It doesn't really tell you either way, does it? All right. I guess the next thing to do is discover what exciting things we have in store for us on this tile. Because we're there and it doesn't cost us anything so far. So we will have our red-shirted character, because of all the blood on it, Dimitri. Check this out. And the winner is probably not Dimitri. Adult rockworm. You spot a peculiar creature in the distance. It is still too far for you to identify it clearly, but instincts tell you not to get close. Put one adult rockworm figure into play on the card that will replace this. If it is not a terrain card, put the figure into play on the active player's terrain card instead. If no adult rockworm figure is available, move one that is in play to this location. Take a 480 card from the adventure deck. Okay, that's a lot. So let's see, we need to put into play 122, and then we put an adult rockworm on it, and then we take a 480 card. Here's 122. The remains of a time-worn paved road passes in front of a titanic stone idol. In the background, a steep cliff extends as far as the eye can see. Now that sounds potentially helpful. Just the sort of thing you would expect would be helpful maybe in lifting some sort of curse. However, there's now a rockworm on it. Nasty little guy. And he goes here, which doesn't seem great. And now we need to pull out card 480. A disgusting, annulated creature menacingly sways on a thick spiked head. Adult rockworm. When there is an adult rockworm figure on your terrain card, you may neither move to another terrain card nor save the game. But you can take one of the following actions. Fight. Oh, wow. Or sneak past. You need 10 successes and use 6 cards to fight that thing. Wow. Or two cards and 2 successes to sneak past. Oof. And now that card just sticks out here because it's an adventure card and is just how we do the rockworm. Sure would be neat to check out that idol, though. I don't know that we can fight and win. You know, I think we might just leave well enough alone right there. The rockworm can just stay there with the little creepy idol. And we'll just move on. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Let's see, to move off of here requires 2 more. But it's only 1 over here, so maybe we'll just circle around. And we will have Dimitri and Mary. Check out this one. For whom the bell tolls. Well, that doesn't sound great. A body is lying in the grass. Rolling it over, you cannot suppress a dry heave as you recognize Susan, the cartographer you had befriended during the first expedition. What was she doing here? How did she die? You will probably never know the answer. You must take one of the following actions. Either bury them or abandon the corpse. I guess we'll bury her. 3 cards for 1 star. I don't think we'll need to do more than that. 1, 2, 3, famous last words. Whew, just enough. You think we'd be out of those curse cards for only being 5 total in the deck. They sure seem to pop up a lot. All right, 296 and banish this. Here's 296. You go on your way with a feeling of accomplishment. Thanks. Banish this. That's great. Okay, but the card that it replaces is 131, so here we go. There seems to be a small clearing amidst the close, comforting pines that provide good cover and protection from the wind. Oh, that sounds promising. Let's see. Oh, you got a little explore action. I don't see any hidden numbers written on it. Huh. Now maybe we'll go check that out. Well, at this point, I think we've seen all we need to see here. We've got a raft built I think it's time to get the heck out of Dodge, because I don't know that we're making any real progress around here. I think, and I'm afraid there's going to be more rockworms over there, and I don't think that's going to go terribly well, and we don't have that many cards left in the deck, which, remember, are your life points, because when you have to reshuffle, then if a curse card shows up, you automatically lose the game, because the curse is caught up with you before you can solve it. So instead, we're going to make our way out of here as cheaply as we can. So that's going to cost us 2 cards to move here. Sigh. Let's see, do we want to take that action while we're standing there? That costs 1 card, doesn't require any successes. I don't know. I mean, I guess through there, it's 1 extra card flip. Gets us that much closer to the dragon egg or whatever, I guess. Because we're down to 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 cards. And it's going to cost us 2 to get off of this. Another 1 right here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards to get to the beach. We're just going to keep noping right on out of here and use our raft. 2 cards to get to there. One card to get over here. 2 cards to get down here, so that's 5 more cards. I don't even want to look, because you don't have to have successes anyway. Now, are we down to 7? 3, 6, yep. So before we step onto the beach, Animal Empathy activate. 802 and banish Animal Empathy. All right. So here is 802. I swear by all that is dearest, if this egg does not hatch in the next few hours, I'm going to make an omelet out of it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. You suffer in silence and decide to have a bite to eat. Maybe the smell of food will tempt it out of its lair. You may take the following action if you have the card with the keyword bond in it. Yep. 802 and banish this. Heh, that's funny. Well, that's weird. You have to do a 0 card draw and ditch 3 stars. We can't really do that, so we'll just go with this one, which is 802, and banish this. Give up and leave it to fate. Okay. So banish this and draw the next 802, which is a gold one. And here we go. You are in the middle of eating when you hear a familiar sound. The egg shell is giving way under the repeated onslaught of a pecking beak. A strange 4-footed bird, a close relation of the duck by the look of it, struggles its way out and spreads 2 tiny wings. You doubt it can fly very far. Banish the chromatic egg and take an 811. First, let's see what this thing is. Donald, heel! Oh, Donald Duck, very funny. You quickly realize that your duck is quite docile, yet he keeps looking at you intently as if he were trying to tell you something. During the skill step of an action you are involved in, if you decide to keep a card with the keyword will, you may take another revealed card and shuffle it into the action deck. Interesting. And 811 is, who said that? Is that you? Well, I never. That's incredible. Your duck is communicating with you telepathically. Unless you begin losing your mind, that is. Heh. Animal Empathy upgraded version, I guess. You may attempt to strengthen your psychic bond between you and your duck. Okay, I don't know how that in any way helps anything, but now we got a 4-legged duck and a goat following along, and the duck's apparently telepathic. Awesome. So it's going to cost, we already paid that one, to get to the beach. So it takes 2 cards, and you got to have at least 4 successes, but we can use our boat, because we have 4 uses of the boat, or the raft, I should say. which gives you a +5 to the number. So it'd be 84. Instead of 84, we'd hit 89. And it'll give us 3 stars, basically. So we just got to flip 2 cards, which is not bad. So it is a lot easier if you have a raft. Makes sense. So that's one use of this. Flip 2 cards. Hey, there's a success. Actually, 2 successes. We're going to have to shuffle up soon, which is dangerous. Okay, and this says 84, but instead of 84, you add 5 because of the raft, so that makes it 89. And 89 has nothing on it. While moving along the shoreline and carefully avoiding the reefs, you notice a small beach where a shipwreck is grounded. You decide to give it a closer look. Return all cards on the board and in the past. Put 175 into play and each player puts their figure on it. Oh wow, so it's a whole board reset and we land someplace else. Okay, so everything's put up and here's card 175. An old shipwreck lies on the beach in a small sandy cove. A colony of large land crabs seem to have taken residence there. Yep, sure enough. I don't see any secret hidden things on it. So, put this down, everybody lands on it. Then we got 2 Roman numeral 2 cards, so we'll slap those down. Oof, only 4 actions left, or 4 action cards left before we have to shuffle the deck and things start getting dangerous.